when we're talking about the Swatch Group, there are plenty of affordable divers that you can choose from. Today we're going to take a look at the new upgraded Khaki Navy Scuba from Hamilton. It got an upgraded bezel, upgraded dial, upgraded movement and bracelet. Basically, the entire watch has been upgraded by Hamilton, and now it is in still 43 millimeters with a 300 meter water resistance, but it's a little bit more appealing. But for some reason, a lot of collectors or people who are looking for an affordable diver overlook this watch, and I'm not entirely sure why. Let's flip the camera and take a look at the new upgraded blue dial version of the Khaki Navy Scuba from Hamilton. So I've been waiting a long time to get this watch on my channel. I have to thank Joma Shop for allowing me access to this watch. This is the Hamilton Khaki Navy Scuba Automatic. I did a video about this when it first came out. It got the Powermatic 80. I think these came out about 2 years ago. They upgraded them to actual sort of professional dive watches, and it gets the Powermatic 80, which is the H10 from Hamilton. They call it the H10. Beautiful, very, very heavy watch. Now it is 43 millimeters, and I think in the video that I did when it originally came out, I mentioned that I thought it was a little bit too big, and I still feel that way. I think they should come out with these in a 40 millimeter case, but everything else about this watch I really do find attractive. So you get a ceramic bezel, and the ceramic bezel is actually etched, and you have white for the indices and the hashes for the first 15 minutes there. Then you get a Fume dial. On the outer portion of the Fume dial, it is black. You have a minute track that's in white. Then you have applied indices. Those are lumed. And then you have a 24-hour scale on the inside of the indices. That's in white. And then sort of goes to a lighter blue, but I would not call it a light blue. It's almost a dark blue in the middle, and then it goes to black towards the outer portion of the dial. It's all brushed, so basically the entire watch is brushed except for a few elements. The crown is polished, the buckle has a little bit of polish on it, just on the edges, and then the center links, on the sides of the center links, there's just a hairline of polishing. That's really it. And then you do get pin and collar system in the bracelet, but they did upgrade the buckle a lot. It's a very big milled buckle, and the whole entire thing is milled. This is milled. It's a very thick buckle as well, very heavy, and it is signed Hamilton right there. Double push, only 2 positions of micro adjust, which obviously doesn't make a ton of sense, but there you go. Bezel action, very good on this watch. It's a 60 click bezel. One of the things I do find about it a little bit annoying is that they polish the entire bezel. Everything does line up, but since it's polished, that's the other polished element on here, it's hard for me to grip. If this wasn't polished, it would give it a little bit more grip, give me a little bit more purchase to actually turn it. But other than that, because I have very dry hands, it's always very hard. It doesn't matter the watch really. So applied indices, those are filled with lume. You have hands here that are sort of dagger hands, kind of. And those are filled with lume as well. Then you have an arrow second hand with a little red tip. So it's like a arrow dipped in blood, is what I've heard this called in the past. That is also lumed. Now, dimensions on this watch. This is sort of controversial because most of the watches from the ETA group are large. I don't know why they insist on making larger dive watches, and every watch that they make is on the larger side, but 43.2 millimeters. That's at the case. So 43 millimeters is on the bigger side for a lot of people. 12.6 millimeters, not that thick. The lug to lug on here is a pretty big lug to lug because it is a big watch, 52.1. It does have male end links. Well, actually they're female end links that act like male end links. So 56.2. And then the crown is just about 7.3, 7.2 millimeters. So pretty decently sized crown. I wish that the bracelet tapered more. I always say that in every video that I do, but you know, tapering a bracelet makes it cost more money. So that's why it doesn't taper a ton. It does taper a little bit. I think it's 22 millimeters down to around 20 millimeters around there, so 20 millimeters. Anyway, very quickly, I'll throw it on my wrist so you could see what this looks like on my 7.5-inch wrist. Now, this retails for $1,000, so it's like $995. I think Joma Shop have this for $758. So a discount on this that you can get, obviously, these are readily available, so you can get discounts on them. This is brand new. I will put a link down in the description. So very quickly, before I do, this is what I have on my wrist today. It is the Cartier Santos. I've done a lot of videos with this watch on because I am doing a lot of videos at the Joma Shop headquarters. So if you are watching any of these videos, you'll keep on seeing this watch over and over again. But there you go. So there's a lot of room on this bracelet. You can see that, tons of room. So a lot of space for a large wrist. And I mean, you know, you have to have somewhat of a large wrist to wear this watch. I have a 7.5-inch wrist. And like I said, this is almost, it's a little bit over a 43 millimeter watch. I really love the color of the dial. I think it fits well for my wrist. I think that someone with a smaller wrist may not be able to pull this off because it does look large. But other than that, I think it's a really nicely made watch. Hamilton make a great watch. And you can see it's signed Hamilton there. It's polished on the inside. Really nice buckle. They did a great job. They added a couple little details to it that's really nice. I don't know if the bezel is actually Lume, but I know that obviously the indices, the hands, those are Lume. So we will do a Lume shot, and I believe the pip is also Lume. We'll do a Lume shot, and then we will wrap up the video. Well, there you have it. Lume, not too bad, but not great. You know, it wasn't unimpressive, but like I said, they made a lot of upgrades to this watch. Lume was one of them because the previous version did not have very good Lume. And they also made a lot of upgrades to the bezel. They made a lot of upgrades to the dial, the indices, the movement, the case, the bracelet. Basically upgraded the entire watch. Obviously, they charge a little bit more money for it now, but not that much more. That you're getting all of this, these upgrades. You have the automatic Powermatic 80 inside, which is a phenomenal movement. Anyway, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, hit that bell icon. It is super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is WatchChrisBlog, all one word. I have some links in the description. Those links are to Joma Shop. If you click those links and buy anything, it helps support the channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra. However, I very much appreciate it. Anyway, thank you for logging on. I'll catch you guys in the next video.